Modern psychology teaches us how to heal the mind. Spirituality teaches us how to train it before it struggles. When someone is struggling mentally today, we often tell them to see a psychologist. And many times that is absolutely the right thing to do. A psychologist may tell you to develop mindfulness, regulate your breathing, build healthy routines, find supportive communities, practice gratitude, reduce overthinking, focus on what you can control, and find meaning in life. But here's a question: why do these recommendations sound so familiar? Because many of these principles have existed in our culture for centuries. Dhyana teaches mindfulness, pranayama teaches breath regulation, japa trains concentration, satsang provides community, seva takes our attention away from ourselves and towards others. Daily rituals create structure. Karma yoga teaches us to focus on action instead of becoming obsessed with outcomes. So the question I'm asking is not whether psychology is right or wrong. The question is, if these practices are beneficial when prescribed by a psychologist at age 30, why would they not be beneficial when learned at age 10? Perhaps one of the biggest challenges today is that many people grow up without purpose larger than themselves. When the self becomes the center of everything, every criticism hurts more, every failure feels bigger, every comparison becomes painful, and every social media comment feels personal. But when you dedicate yourself to something larger than yourself, dharma, service, your family, your nation, your community, Bhagwan, or a meaningful mission, the mind gradually stops revolving around me, me, me. And with that, many lower emotions begin to lose their grip. Jealousy weakens because the mission matters more than comparison. Ego softens because you realize the universe doesn't revolve around you. Resentment reduces because your attention is directed toward contribution instead of constant validation. In fact, this is something the Bhagavad Gita speaks about as well. Arjuna was not a weak man. He was one of the greatest warriors of his age. Yet, even he found himself overwhelmed by confusion, grief, and emotional turmoil. When Arjuna tells Sri Krishna that mind is restless, powerful, and difficult to control, Krishna does not dismiss it. He does not say you should have practiced harder. He acknowledges the difficulty of controlling the mind and then prescribes abhyasa, consistent practice, and vairagya, detachment. The Gita does not deny mental struggle. It teaches us how to work with it. Spirituality, as its best, is not an escape from life. It is a training ground for the mind. Now, let me be clear. This does not mean spirituality replaces mental health. Serious conditions such as severe depression, bipolar disorder, psychosis, PTSD, and other clinical illness deserve professional attention. Nobody should feel ashamed of seeking help. But perhaps we should also ask another question. If we taught children discipline, meditation, breath work, service, gratitude, self reflection, devotion, and a purpose bigger than themselves from an early age, would we create a generation that is mentally strong and more resilient? I don't know the complete answer, but I think it's a conversation worth having.